Fridays when things started to feel off. It was small at first. My cousin Petra mentioned at breakfast that she heard footsteps on the cottage porch around 3 in the morning. She assumed it was Wes coming back from the main house, but when she asked him about it, he said he hadn't been asleep since midnight. They both laughed it off. Old buildings probably. Pipes. We were in the country. There were animals. Then Dale found the gate to the orchard standing open. He was certain he latched it the night before because he'd specifically gone out to do it after reading something in the rental agreement about liability. He latched it again. By afternoon, it was open again. That evening, I walked to the guest cottage to return a phone charger I borrowed from my Aunt Reva and noticed something I couldn't immediately explain. The motion sensor light above the cottage door, the one triggered by steps on the porch, was on. But the porch was empty. I stood there looking at it for a moment, and then I looked out at the orchard, and the rows of trees looked back at me, perfectly still, perfectly dark. I started doing something I'm not proud of. Every time we gathered for a meal, I counted heads. 10. I kept counting to make sure we were at 10. I don't know exactly when I started doing it or why, but by Friday dinner, I was doing it compulsively, touching each chair back as people settled in like I was taking inventory. 9. I counted again. 9. I walked through the main house looking for whoever was missing and found my cousin Marcus in the bathroom and felt my shoulders drop about 4 inches. 10. I was losing it. I laughed at myself quietly and sat down and poured myself a glass of wine. After dinner, Dale brought up the gate again, and this time his voice had lost the humor it carried at breakfast. He said he found footprints on the other side of it. Boot prints, adult-sized, leading in from the road and then tracking along the outside edge of the orchard toward the house. He followed them until they disappeared into the grass near the guest parking area. Nobody said much. My grandmother said it was probably just a local cutting the property, which was a perfectly reasonable explanation, and I wanted to believe it. But I kept thinking about the motion sensor light. I kept thinking about how the boot prints had gone toward the house and not away from it.